Hello, I'm Christine Thomas, Dean of the College of Natural Resources, and I'd like to welcome you to our 2020 Outstanding Student Awards. In general, we do this at our spring scholarship celebration, but of course this year we have an unusual circumstance. So we put together our awards for outstanding students, and we are happy to share those with you today. We have some wonderful students in the College of Natural Resources, and these are the best of the best students in the best College of Natural Resources in the world. So welcome and enjoy. Thank you.
My name is Justin Vandia, and I'm an Associate Professor of Fisheries and Water Resources. It's my distinct honor to recognize Logan Cutler as the 2020 Outstanding Fisheries and Water Resources student. Logan is one of my advisees and is a Fisheries and Aquatic Sciences major with minors in Soil Science, Biology, and a Wetland Certificate. Wow. It might seem a little disparate to a few people, but in fact, Logan knows exactly what he wants to do when he graduates, and that's to work on stream restorations. And so this very unique combination is aligning him perfectly with the skills he's going to need in the future. When he walked through my door and mentioned that he wanted to do all this stuff, I thought he was a little crazy and a little motivated, but boy, he really is motivated. So Logan is a very, very active in our student organizations. He's an active member of our Wildlife Society, where he's helped lead Ruffed Grouse research project for the last couple of years. In fact, he and his fellow student researchers were awarded the Outstanding Student Research Poster at the 2020 Wisconsin TWS meeting for their work. Logan's also very active in our American Fisheries Society chapter, where he serves as the treasurer, and he's been a crew leader and a volunteer on many of our field sampling projects. Just to name a few: brook trout research on the Little Plover River and Isherwood Lateral, lake sturgeon spawning, Wisconsin River Fyke net surveys, and trout stream habitat restoration projects. All of that's probably enough to award Logan many scholarships, but he does more than that. Logan's actually also the assistant lab manager in the aquatic biomonitoring laboratory here, where he sorts and identifies macroinvertebrates for statewide stream assessments, completes quality control measures, and supervises and assists other student staff in verifying compliance with standard operating procedures. Pretty incredible. Logan does all this, and he plays guitar both on and off campus. He even finds some time to fish, hunt, and manage to get scuba certified. On top of this, Logan is always one of the happiest, most positive kids I ever run into. He's just overall an amazing young man. So congratulations on this award, Logan. You're more than deserving. Keep up the great work. We're very proud of you. You truly embody what a CNR grad should be.
I'm excited to be able to give the Outstanding Forestry Student Award to Mickey Cardenas. I came up with a list. It's nowhere near inclusive because they only gave me 2 minutes to do this, of all the reasons that he got this award. Mickey loves doing field work. He was the Society of Ecological Restoration president for one term. He was the fire crew's effects officer. He was the fire crew leader. He's helped coordinate S212, which is our Forest Service Wildland Power Saws training. He's helped coordinate basic fire training. I had him employed as a student worker helping with the Little Plover Fisheries area restoration project. He was a teaching assistant at our Tree Haven facility. He assisted with our pulp cut, which is a basic chainsaw training class. He's been really active with Society of American Foresters as well as our fire crew. He's participated in and helped coordinate chainsaw work at our Little Plover Fisheries area Savanna Restoration Project, as well as our Savanna Restoration Project at the Schmidt Reserve. Probably other volunteer cuts I'm forgetting at this point. He's good enough with a saw that I allowed him to actually utilize one of my own larger saws just so he could get a feel for it. He's been involved in tree plantings and just a ton of other activities. That's the reason I'm really excited to be able to give him this award. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Karen Biasca, and I'm the Department Chair for Paper Science and Chemical Engineering in the College of Natural Resources at UW-SP. I'm here to say a few words about Sean Powers, our department's nominee for Outstanding Student of the Year. Sean transferred here in the spring of 2019, so he's been here for about a little over a year. He's originally from Racine, Wisconsin, and is a double major in chemical engineering and paper science and engineering. He's an intelligent, thoughtful person. He's a great problem solver, a master of Microsoft Excel. He's come up with some things that I didn't even know about Excel. It's very impressive. He's also worked with the Wisconsin Institute for Sustainable Technology in our paper machine lab downstairs, supporting industrial projects and other research and student activities. And he is just a wonderful contributor in our courses. As one of his classmates said recently, Sean always had our backs. Even when the rest of us were completely lost, completely confused, he would always answer the questions that our professors were asking. Always bailed us out. So that's not enough. He's also an avid snowboarder. He recently earned his EMT basic certificate, and just in general is a wonderful person to be around. Always positive, always supportive. So congratulations, Sean. We're so glad that you chose to join us. You've definitely made the environment in our classroom a better place.
Congratulations to Shannon Columb, the Outstanding Resource Management student this year. I'm happy to be speaking on her behalf. This is Brenda Lackey. Shannon generally is just awesome. She's intelligent, creative, determined, and a very positive individual, and I've enjoyed working with her for several years now. Last summer, I worked with Shannon to prepare an interpretive walk highlighting local food and sustainable farming practices at the property of Holly and John Petrillo. She was working as a research fellow intern. We had a lot of fun meeting the pigs, goats, and chickens together on their farm. The work that she produced during that summer of research and delivering educational programming resulted in the opportunity for her to share her findings at workshops and conferences with Becca Franzen. Shannon is doing great things like this and many more, and I know she will continue to contribute and do great things. Her other professors and I all would look forward to her top-notch work this year. Becca Franzen said she would often grade Shannon's work first, just to get an idea of what an A paper would look like before reading the rest of the class papers. And she's an excellent writer. She spearheaded the effort to write and format some case studies with Kendra Litticoat, involving interviewing some nature centers around the state about their eco-justice efforts. She was chosen to talk to professionals and to create a product that is now published on the Wisconsin Association for Environmental Education website. She's willing to always try new things and has been really an amazing role model for her peers while attending UW-SP. I can't wait to see what awesome things Shannon will do next.
On behalf of the Soil and Waste Resources discipline and the College of Natural Resources, I am delighted to present the Outstanding Soil and Waste Resources Student Award to Jana Suriano. Simply put, Jana embodies the student that made me want to teach. She simultaneously makes teaching more enjoyable by bringing enthusiasm and real-life experience to classroom discussions. And at the same time, she makes teaching more challenging by asking really pointed and insightful questions that can often be difficult to answer. Jana is inquisitive, always scrutinizing situations and looking to understand the why behind policies, not only to understand them better, but to understand how to change them for the better. Overall, when Jana is in the classroom, she really pushes me to be a better teacher. I'm also serve as Jana's academic advisor, and Jana has not been the easiest student to advise, not because of any academic failures, far from it, but because she's adamant about getting as much practical knowledge as possible out of her coursework. And this has made it at times difficult to please her with the opportunities that I can steer her towards. But just like in the classroom, Jana's pushing me, I feel, always to be a better mentor. Jana is hungry for applied knowledge as hungry for applied knowledge as any student that I've had the pleasure to teach. And I think overall she holds herself to a higher standard than any of her professors could. She continuously seeks out training and networking experiences in countless extramural student group activities, field trips, and internships. And inevitably, the feedback I get from her employers is that she greatly exceeds their expectations. I think I speak for many UW-SP faculty when I say that I will miss having Jana in the classroom or stopping by my office for a chat. I have zero doubt that Jana will continue to make me and us proud as a CNR alum, and I, for one, am excited to see what kinds of positive changes that she enacts in her career. Congratulations, Jana.
Hi, I'm Jason Riddle, Gerald and Helen Stevens Professor of Wildlife here in CNR, and it is my pleasure to present Nora Hargett with the Outstanding Wildlife Ecology Student Award. We have hundreds of wildlife students here, and they are all wonderful. So what does it take to become or to receive the award for the best wildlife student? Well, Nora is a wonderful student, person, student athlete, researcher, and even an instructor. She served as the TA for us at Tree Haven a couple of summers ago. And in addition to getting up early every morning to perform her regular teaching assistant duties, she got up extra early at 4 a.m. on most days to come out and do volunteer bird surveys, which was totally above and beyond what was expected for any TA. And every morning she got up and she had a smile on her face, and we went out into the field, and she never complained. She was just interested in getting that additional bird experience. This helped her to receive a Doug Stevens Boone and Crockett Undergraduate Research Fellowship, which is only awarded to 1 or 2 students per year. And as part of that research experience, she got to study sandhill cranes at Horicon Marsh. And she presented that work earlier this year at the Wisconsin Chapter Wildlife Society meeting, and she was selected as the best student presenter at the entire meeting. So she's an excellent communicator. She really did all of the analysis on her own for that project, and she really represented the entire wildlife discipline well at that meeting. She has other research that she's engaged in, along with volunteer work with the Wildlife Society, and somehow, in addition to all of these accomplishments within the major, she maintains a biology minor as well as a GIS minor, and helps to teach soccer at the junior high level locally, in addition to her own accomplishments on the field as a student athlete. Congratulations, and you're very deserving of this award.
Hello everyone, my name is Siva Gautam. I'm an assistant professor of forestry in the College of Natural Resources. And it's a great pleasure for me to be presenting this Outstanding Graduate Teaching Assistant Award to Mr. TJ Boettcher. TJ is currently pursuing a Master of Science in Natural Resources. He joined UW-SP in fall 2019. TJ is originally from La Crescent, Minnesota. But he convinced me that he was a Packers fan, so we decided to accept him to the college. Jokes aside, TJ has a bachelor's in biology with emphasis on environmental studies from the University of Wisconsin-La Crosse. He has a couple of years of experience working as a plant specialist coordinator and a project manager at the Minnesota DNR, looking at invasive species in both forest and agricultural lands, and working to restore native landscapes to something similar to what would have been found prior to the European settlement. So this passion is what brought TJ to UW-SP, and as a result, he has been a very resourceful person, driven and independent. So I feel very blessed to have him as a graduate student, especially my first graduate student. So besides his research, he has taken this role of being a TA very seriously. It was certainly overwhelming for him at the start, being a new student at UW-SP, having to be a TA, as well as having to instruct a lab section, and taking a few graduate level courses of his own, and also the pressure to advance his research. He worked very diligently and very hard to stay on top of things, and to an outsider, he made it look like he handled it with ease. And if there are any issues, he made sure to communicate those with me or other lab instructors. So I'm very delighted to know that this hard work will be recognized through this award. I look forward to successful completion of his project, and my best wishes for his bright future.
Hey, this is Wes Larson. I'd just like to congratulate Becky on her award. It's been really great to watch her grow over the last couple of years. She's absolutely progressed hugely as a scientist. She gives back to the community. She helps out with various outreach activities, and she's absolutely just been killing it lately. Her eDNA work is progressed even better than I thought it would. So, congratulations, Becky. You rock. Keep it going, and hopefully we'll see you up in Alaska here at some point. Take care. Bye.
Hello. I cannot think of anyone more deserving for the Outstanding Graduate Research Assistant Award than Kirsten Schmidt. Kirsten is a joy to be around. She works really hard, and her future looks bright as a wildlife biologist. Kirsten has a really neat project that's focused on studying wild celery abundance and distribution on the Mississippi River. She's spent a lot of time on the river collecting samples. She's also spent a lot of time back in the lab processing those samples. To date, she's processed several thousand of these samples from her research project. She's also presented preliminary results from her research at more than 10 professional meetings and conferences. I don't have enough good things to say about Kirsten. I've really enjoyed working with you, and I know that your future looks bright as a wildlife biologist. Thanks.
I'm honored to recognize Molly McGuire for the Outstanding CNR Sophomore Award. Molly is, of course, a fantastic student. She works hard, she's super engaged, and she always helps everyone in class, including me, learn new and important things. But I think even more impressive is Molly's campus and community leadership. Just in the last 6 months, she has conducted a climate change knowledge and awareness survey across all 3 Stevens Point campuses. She organized a community-wide discussion around environmental stewardship, and she has helped to start a conversation across the UW system about climate change-oriented policies such as fossil fuel divestment. Molly, congratulations on this very well-deserved award, and I know you'll keep up the great work.
Hi, my name is Catherine Clancy, and I'm a professor in water resources, and I am so pleased to present the Outstanding Junior Award to Hannah Lukasik. Hannah is majoring in fisheries and aquatic sciences with an emphasis in hydrology, and she's minoring in Spanish. I met Hannah when I became her advisor, and while I have not had her in class, I've heard from her other faculty that she is remarkably academically gifted. In the college, we of course value academics, but how Hannah truly stands out among her peers is from the level of involvement and leadership she has shown early in her academic career. Hannah is the treasurer of the InterVarsity Christian Fellowship, secretary for the American Water Resources Association, and research coordinator for the Students for Wetland Awareness Management and Conservation. What I find so remarkable is she hopes to make a difference by obtaining employment as a hydrologist who uses her Spanish to help nations work together to solve water quality and quantity problems. So we find that she's an ideal student. She cares about the quality of her work, and she gets along really well with others and has a passion for the natural world. I personally have always enjoyed working with Hannah. She's very reserved and serious, but a very pleasant and enjoyable person to work with. Congratulations, Hannah.
Hi, I'm Scott Hingstrom, professor and Douglas R. Stevens Endowed Chair in Wildlife at the University of Wisconsin-Stevens Point. Although I wish that I was with you in person to celebrate this special event, it's my honor to introduce to you and acknowledge Leah Bell, recipient of the Outstanding Senior in the College of Natural Resources in 2020. Leah is majoring in wildlife ecology, research and management, and has a rather unique combination of minors in Spanish and environmental communication. Leah has excelled in the classroom with an exceptionally high grade point average. She aced my class in ungulate ecology, and this year has served as a teaching assistant for the course. I've known Leah for about 3 years through a variety of activities at UW-Stevens Point, and really have been impressed with her drive, desire, leadership, and willingness to get involved in a wide variety of conservation-related activities. Leah has been an active leader in the UW-Stevens Point Archery Club, Ducks Unlimited, Wisconsin Wildlife Federation, and Isaac Walton League, and has served as secretary or president for all 4 of the student organizations. In addition, she has been a co-leader of the Waterfowl Project for the UW-Stevens Point student chapter of the Wildlife Society. Leah has also worked as a freelance writer for a national outdoor magazine. She conducted research and wrote articles for the editor. A year ago, Leah asked me to review an article that she wrote on diseases of wildlife and livestock. I was blown away by the thoroughness and quality of the writing, especially for a first draft. I really wish I had written the article. Leah has worked widely in the field of wildlife, and I think she has her heart set on getting back to Arizona. Leah, I see so much promise in you wherever you land. I hope that we'll be able to stay in touch. It is my honor to present Leah Bell with the 2020 CNR Outstanding Senior Award. All the best. Hi, I'm Scott Hingstrom, professor and Douglas R. Stevens Endowed Chair in Wildlife at the University of Wisconsin-Stevens Point. It is my honor to introduce you to and acknowledge Joe Quayle, recipient of the Outstanding Undergraduate Student in the College of Natural Resources in 2020. Joe is a senior in wildlife ecology, resource and management. I've known Joel for 3 years as his advisor, employer, and collaborator in several activities associated with the student chapter of the Wildlife Society. He's an Eagle Scout, dedicated team player, motivator, leader, and all-around good guy. I knew there was something special about him when I asked about his career aspirations, and without it batting an eye, Joe said, "I want to be a professor." I didn't know what I wanted for lunch when I was his age. Joe ranks as the highest achieving student scholar that I have observed in my 31 years of being a professor, which is saying a lot considering the many exceptional students that have gone before him. He's presented 7 posters and 2 presentations at national and regional and local meetings. He authored a paper in the Wildlife Professional, an article in Intelligent Tinkering. Joe has worked widely in the wildlife field and has served the University of Wisconsin-Stevens Point as a co-coordinator and peer mentor in the CNR Student Success Center. He was a building manager for the Student Center, a resident hall assistant, and teaching assistant for 2 of our courses. Joe has served the 200 members of the University of Wisconsin-Stevens Point student chapter of the Wildlife Society as a webmaster, project co-leader, treasurer, and president. The organization was recognized by the Wildlife Society as the Student Chapter of the Year in 2019. Now, accomplishments such as this just don't go unnoticed. And as such, Joe has individually been recognized for his scholastic excellence with 7 student awards, including the Albert Leopold Undergraduate Student Scholarship from the Wisconsin Chapter of the Wildlife Society, the Outstanding Wildlife Undergraduate Student Award from the North Central Section of the Wildlife Society, and most recently with the University of Wisconsin-Stevens Point Chancellor's Leadership Award. And it is now my honor to present Joe Quayle with the 2020 CNR Outstanding Undergraduate Student Award. Now, Joe, I know you're out there, and I wish I could give you a big hug and take you out for that dinner that I promised you, but because of this pandemic, we'll just have to make it another time. Until then, all my best wishes.